The 2024 AusCycling Cyclo-cross National Series kicked off in Adelaide recently, with action taking place at Zombie Park. Riders coming from all around the country to take part in festivities, with Port Adelaide Cycling Club playing host. The course was very dry, dusty and sandy after a period of little rain in Adelaide, and Masters riders took to the course with new rules this year allowing them to use tyres up to 42 mils in width. The elite women's race featured a wide variety of riders from all around the country, including current national champion Catherine Hosking, World Championship representative Fiona Morris, and last year's National Series runner-up Miranda Griffiths. It was Griffiths, seen here in the green and white, who jumped out to an early lead into the swing tree, the course's key feature. Notice national champ Catherine Hosking dismounting her bike on the inside of the corner to be able to catch up to her in the early going. By the time the riders approached the barriers at the end of the first lap, it was Griffiths and Hosking who had stolen a march on the rest of the field, with Fee Morris in close pursuit. Those two would continue to build their advantage at the front of affairs, with local riders Anouk Simpson and Anna Kubilius making up the rest of the top five. Fee Morris would eventually lose touch with the two leaders, and the key move in the race was made here on this sandy corner that Hosking was able to ride, but where Griffiths needed to put a foot down. That would open up a gap that would remain for the rest of the race. Behind the leading pair, local rider Anouk Simpson would accelerate into third place ahead of a fading Fee Morris, and her sister Talia would move up into fifth. Hosking continued to catch and pass lapped Masters riders. Griffiths would hold her close but would never get within touching distance. The national champion ultimately winning by 15 seconds from the Victorian. Third place would go to Anouk Simpson, the local, and then it was a sprint for fourth place between her sister Talia and Fee Morris, with Fee Morris just managing to stay on top. Catherine Hosking, winner today. How was it?
Yeah, really good. Tough racing, fast racing, dusty racing. No, it was really cool. I've been to Adelaide, so I was pretty excited to come here and see what the trails were like, and everyone sort of said it's normally a pretty good opener for the season, so yeah, really happy with how the racing went today.
Yeah, it was a super fast, dry, dusty course today. Felt good in the beginning, but Catherine was just absolutely flawless today. Didn't make any mistakes. Unfortunately, I did make a few mistakes and I was able to come back a few times, but then the last time I just didn't have it in me to close the gap again. So yeah, Catherine had a very good win.
Excellent.
I didn't think I was going to do very well coming in. Haven't been training a lot, so I just wanted to have a bit of fun. So I came in, stuffed up my start, so I was a little bit back, but that was all right. And then just tried to get in a bit of a steady pace and just slowly tick my way around, and then picked off a few riders and got third, so I was really happy with that.
Excellent. How did you find the course?
It was good fun, actually. I've only raced here once before, despite being from Adelaide, so it was good. It was a bit different. There was some loose bits which were pretty fun, and the hill over the back was challenging every lap, so that was good fun. Yeah, it was a good mix of everything, I think.
Oh, it was hot and dusty out there. Good little jump start to the season. Yeah, it was pretty hot, and I felt invincible, as you said at the start, and then did fade a little bit at the midway point before I realised I probably should keep pedalling my bike.
On a hectic opening lap, it was the extremely experienced Chris Jongerward, an Adelaide local who'd won the national title twice at this venue in the past, who jumped out to an early lead. A big crowd of hecklers had gathered at the swing tree expecting chaos, and they were not disappointed. Jongerward led into the section, but Tristan Nash on the run on the inside in the dark green, moving into the lead of the race.
So smooth! Oh, Josh Sack with the white sock! So sweet!
Yeah, Griff!
The spice level is high right now.
At the end of the first lap, here's how things stood. In the lead, we had Tristan Nash in the dark green. Just behind him, Chris Jongerward, then national champion Chris Aitken. He was being chased by a group containing Nick Smith, Gary Milburn, and on the back, under-19 national champ Sam Northing. With dry and dusty conditions very similar to his native Western Australia, Tristan Nash, the under-23 national champion, was right at home. 15 seconds behind Nash, a group of four had formed. Chris Jongerward, then national champ Chris Aitken, Jongerward's teammate Nick Smith, and finally Gary Milburn. By the halfway point, Milburn had started to fade, while Dom Powlilly, also in the blue of Duke Flanders, was moving up. Just as we're being shuffled around behind, Nash remained calm and clear in the lead of the race. The West Australian using his European experience to full effect and building up a dominant advantage over the course of the race. By the time Nash hit the finish line, he had an advantage of 1 minute and 50 seconds over Chris Jongerward, the West Australian's third National Series win and the first since becoming under-23 champion last August. Behind him, Nick Smith would finish third, with fourth place going to elite men's national champion Chris Aitken. Dom Paolilli, also of Duke Flanders, took fifth. Tristan Nash, first place in elite men today. How was that?
Yeah, it was good. It was a fun course. A lot like what we have back home and what our first rounds have been like dry, dusty, bit slippery corners. So it was good fun. Felt prepared. So.
And you jumped out to a lead fairly early on. It was pretty chaotic there in the first lap.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic. I actually got swamped at the start and was sort of fourth wheel, and then there was a few mistakes by the leaders for the technical bit in the first few 100 metres, and I just came past and sort of got some free time, so could just settle into the rhythm and edge out the gap.
Excellent. You won by a fair amount in the end. Will we be seeing you at the rest of the series?
Yeah, the plan's through the whole series, and then hopefully head back to Europe at the end of the year.
Third today. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, good race. Struggling with in practice, just trying to get comfortable with the conditions. It was quite a loose course, but in terms of the race, had a decent start. Sort of just outside the top 5. Max went down in front of me just towards the run around the tree there, so I got around him, and then things were pretty smooth. I managed to get onto a group with Chris Jongerward and Chris Aitken and ride there and sort of settle in. Tristan had already made the gap ahead by then. Stayed in that group for a little bit, and then we split up, and we sort of rode a pretty consistent lap time separately to the finish.
Yeah. So here's your elite women's podium. Winning today was Catherine Hosking of Orbea Women's Racing, Miranda Griffiths of Batch Brewing by Sate in second place, Anouk Simpson from Adelaide Mountain Bike Club in third, Fee Morris of Map Sixpence CX in fourth, and Talia Simpson, also of Adelaide Mountain Bike Club, in fifth position. In the elite men's race, it was Tristan Nash who took the chocolates, with Chris Jongerward in second place, his teammate Nick Smith in third, current national champion Chris Aitken of Map Sixpence CX in fourth position, and Dom Paolilli made it 3 Duke Flanders riders in the top 5. Thanks for tuning in to CX Down Under. We'll be back tomorrow with more racing action from Adelaide.